Hello and welcome to the BMB game of the week. Today we have our first contact played inside Mepham High School. We got a lot of outside games, but today we're going to the hardwood. We got the boys volleyball Pirates going up against the Plainedge Red Devils. I'm Matt Mann alongside Lily Yepes, and we will also see Tom Morrow, who will be joining us for the even-numbered sets. Now, Lily, we've seen a lot of soccer, a lot of football so far, but this is our first volleyball coverage of the year. And we were doing a lot of volleyball last year, or we were not doing a lot of volleyball, because of pandemic restrictions. We're going to be doing a lot more this year. We're going to be getting you and the girls a lot. So tell me a little about the excitement about returning back to play and back to coverage of volleyball.
For sure. Volleyball is such a good sport indoor. It's such a fast, quick game, unlike soccer, which sometimes can be a little bit slow. So it's really good to be back in here, back with a crowd, back with two teams coming up hard against each other. We're going to hopefully see some good competition today and more against for the Mepham Pirates.
So for the Mepham Pirates, your starting lineup, lineup: Sean McQuillan, Ted Piccini, Leo Asta, Max Hahn, Tim Burns, and Patrick Hennessy. And Thomas Wilderman will be playing at the libero position. Now for the Plainedge Red Devils, Kyle Gustafson, Zayden Antaki, James Fox, Jake Lucido, Ryan Scari, and Kieran McMullen. For the Red Devils, Plainedge will get the ball to start service. It'll be Kieran McMullen to start us off. We are underway. Burns gets it cleanly. And the first attack of the game, nope, got nothing. That one's blocked. And it'll go to the Pirates on the first one, Leo Asta.
First wing, Leo Asta, number 18, a senior. Right now, he's top 30 in kills in the conference?
In the county.
In the county, wow. Okay.
And we're back. And Sean McQuillan calling out a free ball. Let's see what they run. Over to Seligman. See cleanly. Another free ball, Plainedge. Given a lot to start. They set the play up. Another free ball. So not many attacks going on. And the attack by Antaki goes straight into the net. McQuillan was ready to block, but instead it goes to the Pirates. Ted Piccini with the serve. And they're able to get it over. A little bit of confusion. But here's Burns, and it's out. Excuse me, that was Asta.
Asta coming up with his left hand, still going strong. That one is out.
Yeah. So a little bit. You're allowed to make mistakes this early in the game, especially when all the momentum's on your side. We have a substitution. Michael Falaraka in, and Jake Lucido comes out. So now libero Connor Arts puts it up and over. McQuillan to Asta, and he gets it. 3-1 Pirates.
Here we see Sean McQuillan and Leo Asta working hand in hand together. As we said earlier, Sean McQuillan, 15th in this with assists in the county and 1 in the conference. You know, you can't have all those assists without good teammates. And Leo can't be top in the county without his
kills,
without his setter.
Yeah, there we saw Brandon Seamer fail to dig a ball out, and Plainedge gets the point. So Zayden Antaki with the serve. Received by Seligman. And Asta up and over. Close call.
We got a net violation by Leo Asta.
That was close. It looked out from my point of view, but it did not end up mattering. So after the ball goes out into the hallways of Mepham High School, Antaki set to serve once more on a tie ball game. Wilderman receives it cleanly. And Burns with his first attempt at a kill. Good receive by Seligman, and it's over again. Good rally going. was lost by the Pirates. Burns sends over a free one.
Pirates seem to have good communication with each other, able to work well together on those passes and get the covering down.
Seligman and Asta unable to dig that one out. And Plainedge has their first lead of the game, so maybe Mepham a little bit underestimating their opponent, who isn't as technically sound as they are, as Antaki's serve goes wild into the net. So now Leo Asta with that cannon of a right arm will serve for his first time.
Gorman says with a highly competitive spirit and drive to win, he's definitely a key component of the offense, and we already see that early in the game. We got tied 4-4 right now.
Max Hahn into the game for his first play and immediately sends over a block to reclaim the lead for the Pirates. McMullen over. McQuillan to Burns. That one goes into basketball net off of Zayden Antaki, which was off of Connor Arts, and Mepham starting to gain another lead.
We see Mepham's back row, Sean Seligman, a junior, and outside hitter, having some nice passes here tonight. You can see that the Mepham's back row is nice and sound, and they don't let anything drop.
That almost came right into the sportscaster's booth as Mepham takes a 7-4 lead. So Asta,
Leo Asta smoking that serve right in the back end of that corner. Such a nice spot.
It's perfect. Had the libero thinking it was out. Had Connor Arts thinking just to let that one go, and it landed right in the back right corner. So Asta over again. And that one is well into the ceiling.
What are we at, 5 in a row now?
It's 5 in a row for Asta.
I don't know.
2 straight aces.
Asta looking in to play for college, and that jump serve definitely will get him in.
Yeah. One of the best servers on that Pirates team. Another substitution for Plainedge. James Fox out for Dean Montegino. And Kieran McMullen out for Tobias Mandaret. So now Plainedge will serve after Asta serves one right into the net. Max Hahn right into the libero, and that gets a rise out of the crowd. Connor Arts couldn't get enough of it. Substitution for the Pirates.
We got Max Hahn. Gorman says sunshine of the team. He's a hard worker and a good listener, but he does what he's asked. So we'll see how he does today in the middle.
Sean McQuillan, the setter, sent the float serve right into the heart of the Plainedge defense, but they're able to pick it out. And Ryan Scary able to pick up the kill for the Red Devils. So the Red Devils giving a little bit of trouble to the Pirates early. Jake Lucido comes back into the game to serve as a pinch server. We also see our first play with the Red Devils not having libero on. One's received cleanly by Wildeman. McQuillan over to Pacini. Free ball's coming over. And Hahn tries to kill it, but McQuillan just has to send it over into a perfect spot.
We got Mepham Pirates looking to be top in the conference, if not the league champion. Gorman is a new coach here after Brenda Dolan leaving last year, but she has high hopes for this team. As you can see, very talented group of boys here. And we'll see how this season takes them.
Burns hits that one right into the middle of Jake Lucido and Ryan Scary. So Burns gives the Pirates a 12-6 lead as he sends one right over again. And that one's received cleanly by Antaki. And that one by Tobias Mandaret goes out. So Burns gets set to serve for his third turn.
Timmy Burns, a leader on the court, broke his kneecap and tore his ACL last year, or else he would have started varsity.
Don't worry, Lily, I got you. I'll make sure the ball won't hit you, even though you as a defensive specialist probably has a better shot at receiving it cleanly than I do.
We definitely see Timmy Burns as a leader on the court. Here we go, hard with his serve, and we'll see what he does as his outside hitter senior year.
Timmy Burns looking real strong. If I'm not mistaken, that's his fourth or fifth serve in a row.
Mepham's gone on 2 serving streaks right now. We can see that consistent serving definitely wins games.
They're a lot more of a powerful team than the Red Devils. It's Lucido. Hits that one too far, so Burns is set for his 6th serve now. This one's right into Burns. And here's the play. Pacini sends one out. So the streak comes to an end for Timmy Burns and the Pirates.
We see 26 Pacini, senior and right side hitter. Gorman says best server and extremely coachable. Few hits on the right side so far.
So this one is over by Ryan Scari, and McQuillan sends it too far. And the push by Mandaray is straight into the net. So 17-7 Pirates, as the libero Thomas Wildeman, the sophomore, already been playing on varsity for 4 years so far. We got a good rally going. Wildeman steps in between, doesn't get it. Ermitaggio sends it over, his first time in the game.
Ermitaggio, him and his brother, 2 juniors, both outside hitters and fiery players.
Yep. Both of them are very energetic, they have a fiery passion for volleyball, and a double substitution.
And 5 and 22, go ahead.
But so we have a pinch server again. Kieran McMullen comes back into the game. McMullen sends it over. Ermitaggio steps in front of it, and they go to Asta.
There we go. Sean McClellan, perfect set right for the middle. You can definitely see that these two know exactly how to work with each other, and McQuillan knows exactly how to set Leo to get his best swing.
Up at almost the first tempo, Leo Asta. They send over to James Fox. And Burns takes the one that might have almost been out. Ermitaggio lets that one deflect right into the net. And a block by Asta. Ermitaggio sends it to McQuillan. Here's Ermitaggio. Received cleanly. Plainedge gets it back over. Here's McQuillan setting up another play for Leo Asta. And it's out. Leo Asta's brought down the hammer a couple of times.
Mepham Pirates looking like a well-oiled machine. You can tell when a team works well together, when they understand the dynamic of the team and everybody's capabilities, and you can definitely see that these athletes know how to work well together. McQuillan putting every set right by the net, right where the hitter wants it.
So you saw Connor Art send that one over. This one's received cleanly by Ryan Scari. Go middle to Asta, perfectly in the back right corner. Nobody was there. It was left completely uncovered, and Asta took advantage.
We definitely see how he's top 30 in kills, but
He's
his highly
playing out of his
competitive
mind.
spirit keeps him on his toes and keeps swinging the whole game.
So that was Carmine Ermitaggio. Sends a fast serve over. Now receives it to McQuillan. Here's Timmy Burns. Was out. No block called, so Plainedge scores. So now both Ermitaggio twins are on. Timmy Burns comes off. Anthony comes in.
We haven't seen many swings from Plainedge this year, but Coach says that the Pirates got to work on their blocks and getting their blockers under control. But so we'll see if Plainedge tests their blocking this game.
Plainedge, Plainedge, perfect serve. Scores them one. That was Aiden Antaki who gets it in. McMillan unable to come up with that one. As Mepham is the first to 20 in this first set. Just a reminder, Tom Morrow will be joining us in the second set and the fourth if the game requires that many. McMullen sets it over to Scari. McQuillan back to Max Hahn. Was sent into the roof, called out. Pirates got the point. So the Pirates 4 points away.
Pirates only first time back in the rotation. Leo Asta started early serving in this first set. So it's a good sign when you move slowly in your rotations. Here we go. We see Mepham called a timeout.
Plainedge was the one who called the timeout, but
Mepham called timeout.
Mepham taking all the time that they want. They'll take that little breather after they're up 10 points. Lily, what have you seen so far that Mepham was able to do well so far in the first set?
So far, you definitely see that these athletes work well together. And, you know, Sean McQuillan takes time to Red Devils.
This is a rebuilding year for the Red Devils. And as you see, Pirates, they're showing how much of a family they've become. All these guys have played together since they were freshmen. They were also connected a little bit by the uniform they wear. They coming into this season, they were one of the only Mepham teams to have a black jersey. Of course, the other team, Lily, is you and the softball teams. This was a New Jersey and also the first and only Mepham team where some of the players have their names on the back of the jersey. So they're connected by not only the name on the front, but the name on the back of the jersey.
You know, sometimes programs come in and out. Mepham is lucky to have good sports and good programs. And even with such a highly competitive athletic school, you don't always have a great team every sport. There's always rebuilding years. Last year, Plainedge had 12 graduating seniors. That's 2 full courts. So this is a fully new team for the Plainedge.
Unbelievable. Pretty much the entire JV, they told their entire JV team last year, hey, you want to play varsity? We lost our entire roster practically and pulled them all up. But for a team of really only underclassmen, they're showing up pretty nicely so far.
For sure.
And as we are just about ready to start the second set, I'm going to turn it over to Tom Morrow.
How are you doing today, Tom?
How you doing, Lily? Thank you to Matt. So, Lily, we saw in the first set it was all Mepham.
Mm-hmm.
Taking that one away, and it's gonna be rough for Plainedge, I say.
Like we said earlier, it's a rebuilding year. They graduated 12 seniors, so the fact that Plainedge is able to keep up with them and get that jump serve from Leo Asta up, you know, that's all they can ask for. That's all they can do.
Absolutely.
Coach says that Coach Como, the Plainedge coach, says, we know that our success this year will not be measured in We know that our success this year will be measured in growth and not our record. Something that a coach doesn't usually say.
It's a young team, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of sophomores, juniors coming up in the program, and they're not looking to win every game. They're looking to see where they can build on and go from there almost.
Like we said earlier, Mepham is looking to be top in their conference with such an athletic and talented team. So the fact that Plainedge is keeping up and doing their best, that's all they can ask for.
That's right, Lily. And I think actually Mepham is at the top of their conference right now, and they're having a phenomenal season. 4-0 in Division C. They're just carrying the rankings.
For sure. Mepham's key. They got a good backline, good passes. They got a great setter, and they got great hitters. There's nothing more that you can ask for.
And Mepham jumps out. That's Plainedge jumping out early. That's Wilderman to serve and no good. And Burns to set. McEwen. Asta puts it over. Nice save there by McEwen. And not enough hits there to get that over, so that'll go towards Mepham. It's going to be 1-1 now.
We see almost the same set starting as last game, a little different. We see 23, Anthony Armataggio coming in, and 36, Timmy Burns starting the back row.
Scary with the bump out, so it's 2-1 Mepham.
We see Ted Bassini serving. Gorman says one of the best servers on the team. It's important to have consistent servers.
Look at that front row right there of Asta, just setting that down, denying Plainedge. We've seen that a lot this game, Lily.
Oh, we see that's a double by Sean McQuillan, but Leo Asta able to get that his swing before the 10-foot line. That's not an easy thing to do.
Couple substitutions here for both teams. So it's 2-1. That does not count. After, like you said, Lily, it was a double violation.
So far in the game, we see
Is that score correct? Yes, it is.
we see some of the hard workers, Sean McQuillan, working hard this whole game. And Ted Piscini, as we said earlier, best server, keeping it consistent. A little bit of a mix-up, but here we go, Plainedge serving.
Serve. The bump. Another bump. Nice hit there from Scari's got it. Just short of the net from Scari. So it's 3-2 now.
Sean Seligman coming in for Anthony Aramataggio. 22, Carmen Aramataggio coming in for 36, Timmy Burns.
Anthony and Carmen Aramataggio, both brothers on this team. Wilderman to McQuillan. Asta with a nice set there. Nice spike there by Leo Asta.
I believe that was a slide. I want to say that it was a slide. Or maybe Asta playing outside right now.
I think you were right, Lily.
No, that was a slide.
McQuillan. Wilderman to Sean McQuillan. Natasha trying to go up, gets denied, sets back up.
We see Mepham running some plays now they got the free ball. A lot of times when you get free balls over the net, it's a good opportunity to work on plays to mix up the blockers. And once you get to a higher and more competitive level, plays become more and more important to throw off your opponent.
Zayden Antaki with a nice serve there. And it's all tied up here, 4-4. Antaki. Armataccio to McQuillan to Asta. And Antaki had no reaction time on that. A laser beam from Asta.
I mean, Plainedge rebuilding this year, but not many are able to return Leo Asta's serve. Some say he's the strongest hitter in the conference right now.
McQuillan. And Plainedge gets denied by Kieran Kehoe.
Kehoe, 21, a sophomore, outside and right side hitter. Very coachable player and does what he's asked whenever he's played.
Kieran Kehoe, especially a big factor in the front line of his height. Asta.
First of Asta's swings that Plainedge is able to return, almost hitting the ceiling.
Kehoe sets that one out. So it'll be 6-5 now.
We have 6 and 42. Go ahead. We have 22 and 5. Thank you. You're welcome.
We see Mepham Pirates wanting to work on their blocking skills, so we see how many swings we get in the second set from Plainedge. We got an ace by number 6,
Nice serve there.
Dean Montagiano.
Nice serve by Montegino.
Montegino.
Seligman to McQuillan. Back to Seligman. That one goes out.
Nice back row swing by Sean Seligman. Nice set by 13, Sean McQuillan.
7-6 now, Plainedge leads. Montegino. McQuillan. Asta. Nice job by Leo Asta. Really carrying this offense right now.
I think maybe in this game, Asta's going to get up to double digits kills. I'm not sure how many he's had, but second set, 7 points. I think he's had 2 kills already.
McQuillan. Connor Arts. Connor Arts tried to set that one up for Michael Falacora. It's unsuccessful.
Mepham a strong serving team, as we see here. They go on runs, and they're able to keep the ball in. Sometimes one of the hardest parts is keeping the ball in the court, not over-serving.
As Plainedge hits that one out. So now it's 9-7. Mepham, what was a 7-6 lead for Plainedge. Mepham answers in 3 points and have a 2-point lead now. As McQuillan. Arts hits that one over. Asta. McQuillan. Nice volley, and not enough for Connor Arts.
Sean McQuillan's assist racking up here. We got a lot of their outside, right side, and middle hitters all going in for swings.
McQuillan, that's about 4 serves in a row, I think, for him. Scari, Seligman to McQuillan. Piccinini hits it over. McQuillan. Armitacio's got it over. Connor Arts. Big spike denied. Scari spike denied by Kehoe. And that front line for Mepham.
Sean McQuillan still on the serving spree, able to keep his serves nice and consistent, just like his sets.
McQuillan with a serve there. And a misplayed ball there by Tobias Mandart.
Another ace for the Mepham Pirates. Sometimes teams rely on their hard serving and their aces, but as we see, Mepham keeps the ball in play and forces the other team to make a play.
So McQuillan, that's the ceiling. They're going to play it. That goes out towards the crowd, so it'll be another Mepham point. 13-7 here, as Mepham is just rolling right now.
Unable to kill the server. Sean McQuillan still staying consistent.
McQuillan's been back there for a long time. Arts, Seligman to McQuillan, to Kehoe, puts it over, Arts. Scari tries to go over. Seligman tried to save it, unsuccessful.
Sean Seligman, nice passes with his hands. Not always easy to pass back row with your hands, but usually you get a better set. We see Sean Seligman, a junior, an outside hitter. We see him playing back row a lot today. He's definitely a leader on the court, hard worker, and with a winning spirit.
Ryan Scari here. Excuse me, that's Jake Lucido. Scari moved up to the front row. Armitaccio with a nice hit. They got to go over with it, and they do not. As that one headed towards the out-of-bounds line by Zayden Antaki.
We see Mepham with quite a few passes with their hands from the back row. Not always an easy thing to do, just like we said before with Sean Seligman passing with his hands, but it definitely makes a difference. And like we said earlier, Mepham definitely got a strong back row.
Absolutely. Here comes Timmy Burns now. Ready to serve this for Mepham. To serve. As that one goes towards Mepham favor. It's 15-8 now.
Timmy Burns, a consistent server, yet another leader on the court.
Good stuff on. Scari's got it. Kehoe up. A nice job there by Tobias Mandart. Finds a dead spot in that Mepham front row.
Plainedge unable to find a lot of spots in this Mepham defense. They're able to cover, and not many balls have dropped on this team.
As that one goes out of bounds, so it's 16-9. As that serve is just a little overpowered.
Go ahead. 19, 18, go ahead.
Leo Asta coming out for number 19, Connor Milet. We see Milet, sophomore and middle hitter, an upbeat and positive player. First time on the court today.
Piscini's going to hit it over. Lucido to Scari. And that's over, and just short of the net. Looked like it was going over by Montegino, but unsuccessful. And Mepham will get the point. 17-9 here in the second set. A jump serve there from Wildman.
Nice pass by number 15 on Plainedge.
Scari puts it over McQuillan. Gonna put it over as Milet. Scari with a nice fall. Wildman, McQuillan, Armitaccio. Nice volley here from both teams right now. So that one's going out.
Number 7, Libero, Thomas Rilderman, a sophomore, starter in Libero. He plans to play post-high school and is a key part of the defensive system, as we've seen earlier today. Had a strong jump serve.
Just short there, and Plainedge will get the point, 18-10.
Go ahead. We have 5 and we have
Some substitutions here for Plainedge.
Mepham says that they can get better with their hard hitting and quick balls, but today we see plenty of kills and hard swings from the Mepham Pirates.
McQuillan. Got it. Piscini over and unplayable for the Red Devils. (19-10) here. That one goes straight out after Scary hits it.
Yet another
backwards.
ace for the Mepham Pirates. Number 26, Ted Piscini, one of the leaders of serves on the team.
Timeout, Red Devils, 20-10. Mepham lead by more than
10 points.
10 points, correct? Yeah, 2 times right here. Second set, 20-10. Lily, Plainedge is struggling.
Plainedge is struggling. They're holding in though. They're holding in.
For a team that's in Division C, you know, they're both in the same division. For a team that's there, you know, like I said, you know, 0-5. You know, they have no JV team, only a few returning players. It's hard, you know, like you mentioned, this team is just rebuilding this year. You know, this is not a team that you look forward, you look at and go, wow, you know, what are they? You know, they're no team, but, you know, in the back of Coach Como's head, they're just rebuilding, you know. This team's getting, like, started fresh, you know. They're not looking to make their run in a Division C.
Not every team can be great every season, year after year. Players come in and out, and last year, 12 seniors graduating. That's an entire team going out. But we see Mepham this year, they have a lot of talented athletes who know how to work well together. So this is an on year for Mepham, and just a rebuilding year, like Coach Como said, for the Plainedge Devils.
Cini with the serve, and that one's going to go out and towards the favor of the Red Devils. Some more substitutions here for Red Devils.
We have number 10, Aiden King, coming in for Ted Piscini. Aiden King, number 10, a junior and defensive specialist. Gorman says very coachable and willing to help out his teammates. Nice set by Sean McQuillan.
Gets nine at the net, and a whistle's going to be blown. And the Red Devils will get the point. So it's 20-12 now. Orts. Serve, McQuillan goes over. Scary. Little miscommunication there from Falakura and Antaki in the front row for the Red Devils.
We see 22 Anthony Aramataggio coming in for outside.
Wilderman, McQuillan. Seligman goes up. An unplayable spike there from Sean Seligman, the junior.
Here we go, yet another back row swing by Sean Seligman, able to get high and get right on top of that ball, unable to be returned.
Connor Arts. Seth McQuillan goes right over. McQuillan. Double hit. And that'll go in Mepham's favor, 2 points away from taking this second set.
Sean Seligman serving.
Seligman to McQuillan. McQuillan. King's got it. Puts it over in a dead spot. 24-12.
Aiden King, number 10, finds in the donut. In the volleyball world, the donut where everyone's coming in to cover, but no one quite gets that one little spot.
You know better than me, Lily. 24-13 as Plainedge picks up a point there.
Mepham's been playing smart today. Yes, using their power and strength, but also, just like we saw Aiden King, keeping eyes on the court.
Arts. McCullen. Scary. That one goes out, and Mepham takes set 2. As Mepham has taken the first 2 sets and one more, they will secure themselves at 5-0 on the season so far with a win. Lily, you know, it's been a crazy ride for just overall boys volleyball.
For sure.
Know, for Mepham, you know, last couple of years they made it to the playoffs, and you know, not at the top of that conference. They made it far, and you know, they didn't fully go, you know, into that championship or nothing. But this year they're looking promising.
Definitely. Mepham Pirates looking like a great team, working well together. Last year, Brenna Dolan stepped down from coaching, and now we see Coach Elizabeth Gorman coming in. And a coach can make or break a team. So far, we see Gorman doing a great job keeping these boys looking like a well-oiled machine, able to pass, able to set, able to swing, but also be smart on the court. You know, it's not always easy to have strength and be able to work well on the court.
Lou, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Coach Gorman.
Yes.
She's coming in, first year, and she doesn't know what's going to happen. To come into your first year, start off a season 4-0, and come into the 5th game, already 2-0, you're winning. What is that like for a coach? You play volleyball. What is that like for a coach?
So we see Gorman coaching 10 years. She coached at Malloy and was the head coach at Lindenhurst. So she definitely knows exactly what she's doing. When you're up 2-0, and you're going to work on the things that you have to work on. Gorman's probably going to run some plays because, as we see, Mepham is they're looking to be a top team, even win the conference. So once they get up to better teams, it's important that they work on plays to throw off the better teams. Once you get into that higher, more competitive conference and those teams, it's important to work hard and not always give them the other team easy plays.
Sorry, Lily. I'm going to pass it over back to Matt Mano, and he'll join you for the 3rd set.
Thank you, Tom and Lily. How was the 2nd set? Pretty good for Mepham.
Yeah, we see Mepham with another win, leading 2-0, coming to the 3rd set.
3rd set. So, what do you expect Mepham to do in this 3rd set to just close out this game?
I think that Gorman's definitely going to have Mepham running some plays. They're going to utilize the free ball that Plainedge is giving them, as any coach would do. And I think Plainedge just has to do their best to return those hard serves and consistent serves by almost everybody on the team, especially 18 middle Leo Asta's crazy swing.
Seriously, for a rebuilding team like Plainedge, you don't like going up against these teams and losing in straight sets with not really looking like you had much of a fighting chance from the start. But this is still a great challenge for the Plainedge Red Devils to face these top setters and top hitters in the conference. So when they get ready to go up and get ready to compete with the bigger teams of the conference like Mepham, they're ready. They've seen this before, and they're still developing. And most of these players have 3-4 years left of high school volleyball to play. So they've got time. They will get there eventually, as Hermitaggio sends one right into back left corner this time. Pirates have been mainly using the right side of the court, but this time Anthony's able to send it, or excuse me, that's Carmine. They're identical twins. Don't judge me too much on that. They're identical twins, but Carmine uses the left side as Patrick Hennessy sends one over. Free ball given over by the Devils.
Yet another great set, great spot, and great swing by Leo Asta, and assisted by 13 Sean McQuillan.
How many times have we called Leo Asta's name today? A lot.
A lot.
He has been imposing his will on this Plainedge defense. That isn't exactly the best to begin with, as Lucido, wild receive, unable to get it up.
A reconstructing team doing their best to hold on to one of the top teams in the conference. They're holding their ground, and you never know what could happen.
Hennessy, hard serve, handled by Lucido. And McMillan sends it over, and McQuillan sends it out.
Mepham going a little bit out of system on that free ball. And here we see number 5, Aldo Ramirez, a junior and defensive specialist. As you can see, a very well-loved teammate on the court.
Pretty sure they broke down the huddle with his name. They broke down the huddle with Aldo, so that just goes to show how much they love Aldo Ramirez, and they rally around him as Asta sends over a floater. Burns sets it to McCool, and they run a play. Burns from the back row into the net.
We see Mepham taking advantage, up 2-0. They're going to work on things that they wouldn't usually work on against a highly competitive team. We see some back row swings by Sean Seligman and now Timmy Burns.
So Asta, they have a score, although he's not too thrilled defending it into the net. So we're going to have a twin switch, and Carmine's going to come out. Anthony is going to come in, so the Ermitaggio twins switch places on the court. Seligman comes in to serve, and the return goes right back to him.
Beautiful pass by Sean Seligman.
And another beautiful swing by Leo Asta.
One of the first times Plainedge is able to get one of Asta's swings up, and we see everyone congratulating 15 for getting it up.
Kieran McMullen unable to get it over. This goes to Antaki. And here's Ermitaggio. And it blows it right past Connor Arts. So now it is 6-2 Pirates.
Mepham Pirates doing a great job passing, keeping that back row, using their hands a lot. Very impressive to see that from Sean Seligman, the junior.
James Fox send it to Antaki. Now they're going to run a play. Here we go. Leo Asta on the line. It'll count.
Asta and Sean McQuillan racking up those assists for number 13, the junior, Sean McQuillan and setter, and number 18, Leo Asta.
Seligman sends it right into the heart of the Red Devil defense as McQuillan's going to set up another play for Aldo. And you can hear the roar from the Pirate bench as they're going to set one up for him again. Now they're going to go to the back row. Seligman. Ooh.
Number 3 of the day for number 9, Sean Seligman.
And Ryan Scary took a hard hit.
Two-sport athlete, also plays baseball. You definitely see that baseball arm coming into play when he plays volleyball.
Arts sends it straight over, and Ermitaggio puts it down. Pirates bring it to 9-2, so Seligman on a huge, huge scoring streak. And it'll force Plainedge to take a timeout.
So, Manu, what do you think that Coach Como is saying to his team right now?
I think they're saying try and block Leo Asta. They can't get it. They simply cannot get his spikes up. They got to try. They got to try blocking. Get your tallest guys in the game, and just try a couple of blocking plays. Maybe get a double block on him. Anything you can to stop that number 18 in black.
So if you think that Mepham Plainedge puts in 2 double blocks, do you think they're going to be able to cover and get that swing if Leo Asta plays smart?
Well, Leo Asta is a very smart player, but I think if they see 2 guys marking Leo Asta, if Sean McQuillan sees it, well then Plainedge is not going to have a good time, because Sean McQuillan is a very, very smart setter. So he knows if they're going to try and take Leo Asta out of the game, he will not care, and he'll find somebody else to go to.
Definitely.
Such as Anthony Ermitaggio, who sends that over. They're going to play it off the roof. And Aldo lets it go. Congratulated by his teammates.
A team always works better when they have a special relationship, and you can definitely see Mepham Pirates work well together and that they like being on the court together. It's not like they're forced and just playing a game. It's more than a game.
Connor Arts unable to get a wild receive over.
Seligman still on his serving streak. Mepham.
This is his 10th.
This is 10th?
His 10th serve. I'm pretty sure he was serving since it was 2-2.
Mepham, very consistent.
McQuillan, and here goes Asta, and he gets blocked.
Like we said earlier, Mano, you predicted Coach Como, went up with his tall blockers.
Michael Valacara rejects Leo Asta, but it goes out of play. And he shouts, "That was for you," intended for Kyle Gustafson. So, the little victories.
Yet
for
another
the Plainedge
ace
Red
for the
Devils.
Mepham Pirates. Aces are counting up this game.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see Sean Seligman or Leo Asta on the Aces leaderboard, in the county or the conference.
I agree.
As Ermitaggio comes out, Burns comes in, one of the lone Pirates to have his name on the back of the jersey. We talked about that earlier in the game as Seligman sends the jump serve right over, and have fun receiving that, but they do. Art sends it over right back to Seligman. McQuillan, they're going to run a play from the back row, Seligman into the net.
Sean Seligman, beautiful, beautiful jump serve. Able to get that hard and down. It's not easy doing a jump serve. Nice and high on that net. Put his hands up, and all you have to do is tap that ball, and it's going down.
It's perfect right in an open hole. And now here's Sean McQuillan to send it over. And doesn't opt for a jump serve, instead opts to put it right in the middle. And nobody was there to receive the set from Dean Montegino.
Like we said earlier, Mano, rebuilding, reconstructing, and you can tell when a team works together, works well together, and when they're not as friendly or as well bonded as Mepham is.
Ryan Troiano came into the game for his first time. McQuillan tries the jump serve, a little jump float, and they're able to get it to work. So McQuillan trying new things in the middle of a game.
19-4. We think Sean McQuillan's going to end the set serving.
I'm not going to make that call again, especially
Good
when
idea.
Especially when he's trying jump serves.
Good idea.
Especially when he's trying out jump serves, and he's making it look rather easy. The float serve a little too hard handle for Plainedge. Probably too hard for a lot of teams in this conference. It breaks in the middle of the air. As Asta sends it to McQuillan, and Hennessy sends it out. So Lily, that is why I didn't make any calls about McQuillan ending the set.
Very smart, very smart.
I'm not making that mistake again, as Jake Lucido in a 20-5 deficit. I'm gonna send it over. All right, to Wilderman. Perfect receive. Burns sends it over. And is able to go over into the pole. So it will be out.
Into the antenna.
The game's kind of winding down with the Mepham Pirates needing 4 points to win the game. So Timmy Burns sends it over.
Nice
Pirates trying to
pass
close out
by
the game.
Plainedge back row.
Nobody was there to receive it. So Montegino had to dive on the floor to no avail. Try to get a pancake out of it. But it's not breakfast. So Wilderman watches it. Pirates need 2. Burns looking to end the set, and this time, do I call it, Lily?
Nope, don't call it.
do it.
You never know. It ain't
Don't
over
do it.
till it's over.
You never know. Yep, that's why. Into the net.
Nana, you can't say that.
I never said anything. I never said anything. I never made the claim. I just brought up the prospect of making the claim.
23-6 in the third set for the Mepham Pirates.
Matagio sends it right into the back left, and that's what he likes.
Sean McQuillan easily coming into the double digits, maybe even the 20s with his assist this game. Done a beautiful job so far of setting up every one of his teammates, including the back row, which setters sometimes forget about.
So they're going to end it with the libero serving. And Aldo Ramirez into the game, so Wilderman sends it over. And Hermitagio! They're able to play it off the roof. McQuillan back to Asta. What other way to end the game? Then with Leo Asta, easily the BMB player of the game.
Mepham Pirates winning 23-6, 25-6 in the third set. Beats the Plainedge Red Devils in 3. Samantha, what do you have to say about this game?
That is the Mepham Pirates that we've been looking to see all game. The Pirates played dominantly, with a little bit shaky out of the gate, but they regained composure. They played an excellent game and just imposing their will over a rebuilding team. So for Lily Yepes and Tom Morrow, I'm Matt Madden. We will see you next Wednesday, where the Mepham girls soccer team. We'll see you next Wednesday for the BMB Game of the Week.